Hey guys, it's finally time to start mounting a radio in this thing. Alright, there's all the carnage of arts and crafts, and this is kind of what I got going on. So, normal glove box here, radio right there, and then some room for a CD right up there. Unfortunately, I don't quite have the shape quite right. This guy is still hitting the vent, so I'm going to have to bring that in a little bit. And I think I'm going to make this a little less deep. So it would be nice to be this deep, but the shape is going to be has to be a little too complicated. Though I could probably just keep it on the same as this guy and just kind of bring it out. So we'll see. I'm still kind of working on that, but I've got a little bit of an idea. I think I'm going to just start making stuff in metal and seeing how that works. Alright, so I started with the left side with the radio side. This guy, pretty much all I did was just lay out a sheet, trace the cage, and then I drilled a hole in each corner, cut it out with the cutoff disc, and then just kind of filed until it fit. Then just kind of folded this guy in the brake, and did this guy by hand, just kind of eyeballed where the duct goes, while also making sure that this is wide enough for the CD to sit in. Then it was just a matter of tracing that like so. So that got traced, and then I just rolled this guy over to right here, and actually I got to trim that off right now. Totally forgot about that. But anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to hold this up, and we're just going to tack weld on the back side. Sorry about that. So we're just going to tack weld on the back side, and then just kind of keep assembling this thing kind of piece by piece. Now, basically just going to roll this over to match that contour and tack it in as I go. And if you're wondering, I traced this contour from the actual, truck itself. So that's our start. So yeah, let's let that cool off and then see how it fits in the truck. So there we go. That's our first piece. Now I've just got to keep working away and keep making the other bits. So if I were smart, I'd actually be using the pattern that I made, but making a couple tweaks to it. Because like I said, I don't think I want to make it quite as deep as this. And some dimensions changed a little bit because this guy's super floppy, so it would conform a little better. So I'm using this as inspiration, but I'm I'm going to have to make each of the pieces separately. I may actually use like this dividing piece, but we'll see. Alright, started filling in the gaps on this guy. So I've got everything but that last little piece, but I'll just trace that out, weld it in. I've also got the right-hand section started. It's over here. So basically I just took the piece for the side, added about 10.5 inches on each side. So now what we're going to do is try to see if I can get both of these to fit in the truck, and then I'm going to mark it so I can know where to cut this guy. I guess really I'm going to fold this guy because, well, I want it to, like, you know, it's going to screw into the left side piece. Alright, so there we go. Obviously the left side fits pretty good. The right side is getting there. I've marked where that edge is, but kind of one of the big things is I'm actually going to probably shrink this down again. Probably just leave this kind of to right there. The main reason behind that is really just down to the fact that all of this is actually kind of hard to fit in there, and I'm nervous that once I put the back panel on this, it's just not gonna fit. So this is why we mock things up and don't just make them and kind of go with it. So I'm going to kind of make my modifications, probably also to this, because I don't need it to be that long in the back. I did make another decision that I'm actually going to make this in 3 pieces, because I don't think it'll fit if I do it all in just the 2. So this is pretty much going to stay how it is, but then we're going to have the rear section is going to bolt in by itself. But mostly what I'm going to do right now is just basically mark the hole locations so I can screw it in, and yeah, just go from there. Alright, so we are pretty much there. So we got our CD pocket, well, our CD player pocket, our CD and other thing pocket, and then I trimmed off the top piece of this and just made it all into this guy. So I've got it screwed in. The only screws I haven't been able to put in are the ones right here, and that's pretty much just because with the angle I can't get the drill in there, or my impact, so I've taken a Sharpie and marked all of those. I'll pre-drill them, and then I can do that with a either by hand or with a bit driver. So now, really I'm just going to pull it out, clean everything up a little bit, and we'll hit some paint on it and be good to go. Alright, there we go, all painted up. Hit it with some primer and some black paint, and then I got all those inside pieces with some bed liner because I thought that'd be a nice good texture. I thought about some rubberized undercoating, but I didn't know if that was going to flake off or get kind of gross. If it is kind of rattly in there, I think I'm going to put down some like toolbox liner, but other than that I think we're good. So yeah, let's stick it in, and then I'm going to go wire up the radio. There we go, got it in. So now let's see if it works. Radio is on. I hear static.
Is in fact fake. Planted by someone I thought was my ally.
All right. Cool. We got a radio. So now I've got some tunes in the truck. So that's going to be it for now. I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. So there we go. So there we go. That's our first piece. There we go. Now let's see if it works.